Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to TCFL Central with a special presentation of the 2025 College Football Playoffs. And this is episode 2A. A will have Alabama, Indiana. B will have Oregon versus Texas Tech. C will have Texas A&M versus Ohio State. And D will have Mississippi at Georgia. You can see the brackets. You can see the winners of the first round advancing to the second round with the 4 teams with the bye in the second round. So to get the second round started, which is the quarterfinals, we go ahead and play Alabama versus Indiana. Okay, the teams be computer, but we'll run the regular. So that looks good for them. So let's Hello, we'll set the rosters. Play a little bit of the national anthem. Okay, quarterbacking for Alabama is Ty Simpson, and for Indiana, Fernando Mendoza. Fernando won the Heisman Trophy for 2025. Let's see in his first game in the playoffs how well he does against a Alabama defense. You can see the offenses and defense starting lineups for both Indiana and Alabama. And just looking at the defenses, it looks like they're fairly even, although Tucker is a 9 for Indiana, a defensive tackle. We have an inside linebacker of 7. And look at inside linebacker Fisher of 10. Jeez. And we have a safety Morris at 10. So they have 310 compared to Alabama 210. Lawson, the outside linebacker, safety Hubbard. So let's go ahead and head over to the field and get this game started. A little chilly out. I wonder if this is set up to play in the right stadium. Well,
Welcome to Memorial Stadium. Alabama against Indiana. For this Action PC playoff game. Here's the kick from Talty.
And here is the kickoff to get the game started.
The kick from Talty is returned 9 yards by Van Horse, Morgan on the stop.
Indiana gets the ball first.
Mendoza from the shotgun.
We'll sit back and listen to our play-by-play announcer announce the game and
Hemby on the carry, gain of 3, Smith on the tackle. Alabama's showing blitz. Mendoza calls the signals. "20-yard gain by Mendoza, Sab with the tackle, first down. Doubling Sarrett at the line. Mendoza to Williams, gain of 15, Jackson on the tackle, first down. Five-yard gain by Hemby, Keenan with the tackle. 2nd and 5 from the 44. Mendoza calls out the signals. Hemby with a gain of 4 on the play, Hubbard on the tackle. 3rd and 1 from the 40. Mendoza gains 18 on the sweep, Jefferson on the tackle, first down. 1st and 10 at the 22. 5-yard run by Hemby, Smith on the tackle. 2nd and 5. Mendoza on the carry, touchdown Indiana. Radisic makes the extra point, Indiana 7, Alabama. Radisic with the kick. The kick from Radisic is returned 22 yards by Adams, Gandy on the tackle.
10-yard penalty.
Miller with the carry, 4-yard gain, Camera on the tackle. 2nd and 6 from the 25. Simpson from the shotgun. Simpson throws incomplete to Cuevas. 3rd and 6. Simpson completes the pass to Bernard, gain of 50, Moore on the tackle, 1st down. Simpson to Bernard, 14-yard gain, Pons on the tackle, 1st down, 1st and 10. Miller with a gain of 9 on the play, Hardy with the tackle.
False start. Offense, 5-yard penalty.
Doubling Bernard at the line. Doubling Williams at the line. Miller with the carry, touchdown Alabama. Talty converts the extra point, Alabama 7, Indiana. Here's the kick from Talty. The kick from Talty is returned 37 yards by Hemby, Mincy on the tackle. 1st and 10 at the 42. Shotgun. Mendoza gains 18 on the sweep, Hubbard on the tackle, 1st down. Mendoza with a gain of 15 on the play, Hubbard on the tackle, 1st down. Hemby lost 4 on the play, Smith on the tackle. Mendoza completes the pass to Sarah, gain of 10, Brown on the tackle. 3rd and 4. Mendoza completes the pass to Cooper, touchdown Indiana. The kick by Radisic is good, Indiana 14, Alabama. Radisic with the kick. The kick from Radisic is returned 34 yards by Brooks, Boykin with the tackle. Simpson to Williams, incomplete, Sharp on the coverage. 2nd and 10 at the 45. Shotgun formation. Indiana showing blitz. Three-yard run by Miller, Londina on the tackle. 3rd and 7 from the 48. Simpson to Horton, incomplete, Boykin on the coverage, Dowd back in punt formation. Brady waiting inside his own 10. "28-yard punt by Dowd, out of bounds. Shotgun. Mendoza completes the pass to Sarah, 59-yard gain, Hubbard on the tackle, 1st down. Mendoza completes the pass to Hemby, gain of 10, hovered on the tackle, first down. Timeout, Indiana. Mendoza on the sweep, touchdown Indiana. Radisic makes the extra point, Indiana 21, here's the kick from Radisic. The kick from Radisic is returned 11 yards by Scott Boykin on the tackle. Cuevas with a 6-yard run, Hardy on the tackle. Miller with the carry, gain of 3, Pons with the tackle. End of the first quarter, Indiana 21, Alabama 7. 3rd and 1 from the 31. Miller on the carry, gain of 2, Londina on the tackle, first down.
False start. Offense, 5-yard penalty, repeat, first down.
1st and 15. Simpson passes to Bernard, incomplete, Pons on the coverage. 2nd and 15 from the 28. Shotgun. Simpson calling signals. Simpson completes the pass to Cuevas, gain of 33, Moore on the tackle, for Indiana showing blitz. Bernard is doubled at the line. Williams is doubled at the line. Simpson at the line. Miller with the carry, 3-yard gain, Londina on the tackle. 2nd and 7 from the 36. Bernard on the carry, touchdown Alabama. Talty converts the extra point, Indiana 21, Alabama 14. The kick from Talty is downed by Hemby. Mendoza from the shotgun. Mendoza is sacked by Smith, loss of 8. 2nd and 18 from the 17. Mendoza at the line. Mendoza completes the pass to Serrett, 19-yard gain, Brown on the stop, first down, Indiana by 7. Hemby on the carry, gain of 3, Smith with the tackle. Mendoza passes to Nowakowski, incomplete. Mendoza brings them to the line. 3rd and 7 at the 39. Mendoza to Williams, gain of 10, Jackson on the tackle, first down. Timeout, Indiana. 1st and 10 from the 49. Hemby with a gain of 1 on the play, Smith on the tackle. Indiana ahead by 7. Mendoza completes the pass to Nowakowski, gain of 9, hovered on the tackle, 1st and 10 from the 41. Mendoza on the carry, gain of 3, Lawson on the tackle. Hemby with the carry, gain of 5, Saab on the tackle. Indiana ahead by 7. 3rd and 2 from the 33. Black with a gain of 31 on the play, Hubbard on the tackle, first down. First and goal at the 2. Mendoza at the line. 10 play 73-yard drive. 6:02 off the clock. Black on the carry, 2-yard gain, Hill with the tackle. Current drive, 11 plays, 75 yards. 6:49 off the clock. Mendoza completes the pass to Cooper, touchdown Indiana. Radisic converts the extra point, Indiana 28. Here's the kick from Radisic. The kick from Radisic is returned 13 yards by Scott, Boykin with the tackle. Alabama trailing by 14. Simpson from the shotgun. Simpson barks out the signals. Four-yard run by Miller, Camera with the tackle. 2nd and 6 at the 34. Simpson at the line. Miller gains 1 on the pitch, Hardy on the tackle. 3rd and 5. Indiana faking blitz. Simpson throws incomplete to Williams, Sharp on the coverage, Dowd back in punt formation. "48-yard punt by Dowd, fair catch by Brady. Mendoza in the shotgun. Mendoza to Williams, gain of 6, Jackson on the tackle. Mendoza is sacked by Russaw, loss of 1. 3rd and 5. Mendoza calling an audible. Sarrett is doubled at the line. Mendoza to Nowakowski, gain of 10, Hubbard with the tackle, first down. Black on the carry, 7-yard gain, Renault on the stop. 2-minute warning. 2nd and 3 from the 39. Mendoza passes to Nowakowski, gain of 8, Hubbard on the tackle, first down. Mendoza completes the pass to Williams, gain of 27, Jackson on the tackle, first down.
Encroachment. Defense. 5-yard penalty. Repeat, first down.
Black the ball carrier, gain of 2, Simmons on the tackle. Indiana by 14. Mendoza throws incomplete to Black, Lawson on the coverage. Indiana ahead by 14. 3rd and 3. Mendoza to Nowakowski, loss of 1,
Offsides.
Hubbard on the tackle.
Defense. 5-yard penalty.
Indiana by 14. Mendoza barks out the signals. Mendoza to Sarrett, incomplete. Indiana by 14. Mendoza to Hemby, gain of 9, Lawson on the tackle. 3rd and 1 at the 5. Black the ball carrier, touchdown Indiana. Radisic converts the extra point, Indiana 35. Here's the kick from Radisic. The kick from Radisic is returned 17 yards by Brooks, Gandhi on the tackle. Shotgun formation. Simpson throws incomplete to Bernard. Miller on the carry, gain of 4, Gandhi on the stop. 3rd and 6 from the 36. Simpson to Cuevas, gain of 7, Moore on the stop, 1st down. Alabama down 21. 1st and 10. Simpson passes to Cuevas, incomplete, Moore on the cover, Radisic to kick off. The kick from Radisic is returned 21 yards by Brooks, Utzinger on the tackle.
10-yard penalty.
Shotgun formation. Five-yard run by Miller, Moore on the tackle. Simpson with a 14-yard run, Farrell on the tackle, 1st down. 1st and 10 from the 40. Simpson calling an audible. Miller with a gain of 6 on the play, Farrell on the tackle. Alabama trailing by 21. 2nd and 4 from the 46. Simpson throws incomplete to Bernard, Hans on the coverage. 3rd and 4 from the 46. Simpson throws incomplete to Williams, Sharp with the coverage, Dowd back in punt formation. Brady standing inside his own 10. "52-yard punt by Dowd, return of 7 by Brady. 1st and 10 from the 9. Mendoza in the shotgun. Mendoza calls out the signals. Hemby the ball carrier, loss of 1, Overton on the tackle. Indiana breaks the huddle. Mendoza on the bootleg, 6-yard gain, Lawson on the tackle. Indiana by 21. 3rd and 5 at the 14. Alabama jumped. Possible free play for Mendoza. "20-yard run by Hemby, Sabb on the tackle, 1st down.
5-yard penalty.
Indiana up 21. Hemby on the pitch, gain of 3, Pierre on the tackle. Nowakowski on the carry, no gain, Pierre on the tackle.
Mask. Defense, 15-yard penalty. Automatic, 1st down.
Indiana by 21. I formation. Mendoza at the line. "43-yard run by Cooper, Hubbard on the tackle, 1st down. 1st and goal. Doubling Cooper at the line. Hemby with the carry, touchdown Indiana. Radisic converts the extra point, Indiana 42, at the kick from Radisic. The kick from Radisic is returned 12 yards by Scott, Gandhi on the tackle. Shotgun formation. Simpson with a 1-yard run, Tucker on the tackle. 2nd and 9 from the 23. Simpson calling an audible. Simpson to Bernard, gain of 12, Sharp on the tackle, first down. Simpson throws incomplete to Horton, Boykin on the coverage. 2nd and 10 at the 35. Simpson to Bernard, gain of 8, Pons with the tackle. 3rd and 2 from the 43. Simpson passes to Williams, 13-yard gain, Sharp on the tackle, first down, Simpson at the line. Simpson throws incomplete to Bernard, Pons on the coverage. Simpson changing the play. Simpson passes to Cuevas, gain of 13, Moore on the stop, first down, 1st and 10 at the 31. Simpson throws incomplete to Miller, Fisher on the coverage. Simpson completes the pass to Bernard, gain of 12, Moore with the tackle, first down, Simpson calls out the signals. Current drive, 9 plays, 59 yards. They've used 4:07 on the clock. Simpson to Miller, incomplete, Hardy with the coverage. Current drive, 10 plays, 59 yards. 4:11 off the clock. Simpson to Horton, incomplete. 3rd and 10 from the 19. Simpson on the carry, gain of 2, DePipe on the tackle, 35-yard try for Talty. Down to hold. Clean snap from Bird. Talty is good from 35 yards, Indiana 42, the kick from Talty. The kick from Talty is returned 20 yards by Hemby, Mincy on the tackle.
Team.
First and 10 from the 8. Mendoza in the shotgun. Mendoza lost 5 on the play, fumble recovered by Mendoza, Indiana maintains possession, Indiana by 25. 2nd and 15 from the 3. Slow down. Mendoza completes the pass to Cooper, gain of 8, Lee with the tackle. 3rd and 7. They're taking their time. Mendoza passes to Williams, gain of 2, Jackson on the tackle, McCarthy back to punt. "39-yard punt by McCarthy, return of 12 by Adams. Shotgun formation. Simpson to Bernard, 11-yard gain, Pons with the tackle, first down. 1st and 10 from the 29. Miller with a gain of 4 on the play, Fisher on the tackle. Riley the ball carrier, gain of 2, Wyatt on the tackle. 3rd and 4 from the 23. Simpson calls the signals. Simpson to Williams, touchdown Alabama, end of the 3rd quarter, Indiana 42, Alabama 17. Here's the kick from Talty. Onside kick recovered by Indiana. I formation. Hemby on the draw, no gain, Smith with the tackle. Slow down. Mendoza passes to Hemby, incomplete, Lawson on the coverage. 3rd and 10 from the 49. Mendoza calling signals. Mendoza the ball carrier, gain of 19, Sav on the tackle, 1st down, Indiana working slowly. Mendoza to Sarah, gain of 14, Brown on the tackle, 1st down. Hemby on the carry, gain of 6, Overton on the tackle. Mendoza taking his time. Hemby on the carry, touchdown Indiana. The kick by Radisic is good, Indiana 49, here's the kick from Radisic. The kick from Radisic is returned 32 yards by Brooks, Boykin with the tackle. 1st and 10 from the 45. Shotgun. Simpson changing the play. Simpson completes the pass to Riley, 34-yard gain, Boykin on the tackle, 1st down.
False start. Offense, 5-yard penalty, repeat 1st down.
Brooks split wide. Simpson calling signals. Simpson throws incomplete to Horton, Sharp on the coverage.
Offense, 10-yard penalty.
Brooks split out wide. Simpson throws incomplete to Bernard, Hans on the coverage. Simpson throws incomplete to Scott, Carroll with the coverage. 3rd and 25 from the 36. Simpson to Riley, gain of 7, Gandy on the tackle. 4th and 18 from the 29. Some movement up front. Possible free play for Simpson. Simpson completes the pass to Churgwin, 19-yard gain, Farrell on the tackle, 1st down, Brooks split out wide. Bernard faces a double at the line. Simpson calls out the signals. Simpson to Horton, touchdown Alabama. The kick by Talty is good, Indiana 49, Alabama. Talty to kick off. The kick from Talty is returned 20 yards by Hemby, Mincy on the tackle. Mendoza calls out the signals. Hemby with a 2-yard run, Keenan on the tackle. Slow down. Mendoza calls the signals. Hemby on the carry, gain of 4, Pierre on the tackle.
Offense, 10-yard penalty.
Indiana by 18. 2nd and 18 at the 16. 8:18 left in the 4th. Mendoza barks out the signals. Mendoza completes the pass to Hemby, gain of 4, Lawson on the tackle. Indiana by 18. 3rd and 14. Mendoza working very slowly. Mendoza barks out the signals. Mendoza passes to Sarah, gain of 8, Brown on the stop, McCarthy to punt. "37-yard punt by McCarthy, fair catch by Adams. Miller with a gain of 3 on the play, Tucker on the tackle. 2nd and 7 from the 38. Hurry up offense. Simpson from the shotgun. Simpson calls out the signals. Simpson completes the pass to Bernard, gain of 9, Moore with the tackle, first down, Alabama trailing by 18. 1st and 10 from the 47. 6:22 left in the fourth. Brooks split out wide. Simpson passes to Miller, gain of 3, Farrell on the tackle. Alabama in a hurry up. Simpson completes the pass to Bernard, gain of 4, Pons on the tackle. 3rd and 3 from the 46. Alabama in a hurry up. Simpson is intercepted by Fisher, return of 25. Indiana leads by 18. Mendoza calls out the signals. Mendoza on the bootleg, gain of 23, Hubbard with the tackle, first down, 1st and 10 at the 21. Mendoza working very slowly. Mendoza calling the signals. Six-yard run by Hemby, Lawson on the tackle. Indiana by 18. They're in a slow down. Mendoza on the carry, touchdown Indiana. Radisic makes the extra point, Indiana 56. Here's the kick from Radisic. The kick from Radisic is returned 21 yards by Brooks, Boykin with the tackle. 1st and 10. Shotgun. Simpson completes the pass to Riley, gain of 3, Fisher on the tackle. Alabama trailing by 25. Simpson throws incomplete to Williams, Pons on the coverage. Alabama trailing by 25. 3rd and 7 at the 32. 3:30 left in the game. Simpson completes the pass to Brooks, gain of 9, Boykin with the tackle, first down. Simpson completes the pass to Williams, gain of 10, Pons on the tackle, first down. Simpson with the pass to Bernard, incomplete, Pons on the coverage. Brooks split outside. Simpson to Horton, incomplete.
Pass interference. Defense. Automatic first down.
Alabama trailing by 25. Simpson to Horton, 19-yard gain, Sharp on the tackle, first down. Brooks split outside. Simpson throws incomplete to Horton. Alabama trailing by 25. Brooks split wide. 8-play 47-yard drive. 0:49 off the clock. Simpson passes to Williams, 12-yard gain, Sharp on the tackle, first down. Simpson throws incomplete to Adams, Boykin on the
Personal
coverage.
foul. Offense. 15-yard penalty.
Alabama trailing by 25. Simpson completes the pass to Bernard, gain of 8, Pons on the tackle. 10-play 52-yard drive. 1:18 off the clock. Simpson is sacked by Hardy, loss of 3. 2-minute warning. Alabama down 25. 3rd and 20 from the 22. 2 o'clock left in the game. Current drive, 11 plays, 49 yards. 1:39 off the clock. Simpson passes to Hill, incomplete. 4th and 20. Current drive, 12 plays, 49 yards. 1:42 off the clock. Simpson throws incomplete to Mbakwe. Hemby lost 1 on the play, Reese on the tackle. Indiana by 25. 2nd and 11 from the 21. 1:05 left in the game. They're in a slowdown. Five-yard run by Black, Mbumwa on the tackle. Indiana 56, Alabama 31.
Well, that's it for the Indiana-Alabama game. Indiana rolls over Alabama 56-31. Well, I guess Mendoza may have deserved that Heisman Trophy. Let's take a look at the stats before we sign off for episode 2A. Look at all them touchdowns. Halftime score, let's see, it's up right there, 35-14. Let's see, Indiana took an early lead, Alabama came back and tied, and after that it was mostly Indiana. 56. Jeez. Here the drive summaries, all those such things. Indiana 561 yards. Alabama didn't do too bad either. If they had any defense, they would have won. 459. Alabama had 10 penalties. That was a crusher. Both teams rushed for Alabama rushed for 100. Indiana rushed for 300 yards. I didn't realize that running attack was that good. Unless Alabama's run defense is really bad. Anyway, and Alabama did throw for 343 yards, only got sacked once. Indiana threw for 247, got sacked twice. Turnover, they used 1 turnover in the game. It was an interception, I guess. Go down and take a look. Yep, Simpson threw 1 interception, 2 touchdowns, 343 yards, rating 82. Mendoza had 140 rating, 247, and 2 touchdowns. They get stacked twice. Look at Mendoza, 147 yards rushing and 3 touchdowns. He accounted for 5 touchdowns. Look at 6 rushing touchdowns. Over here on the Alabama side, Miller had team high of 58 for Alabama. and they scored 2 rushing touchdowns themselves. Receiving wise, Bernard caught for 128 for Alabama, 9 receptions. Let's see in the inside, Cooper caught 3 for 2 for touchdowns. Sarek had 110 yards and 5 receptions, a 59-yarder. See, Alabama, Bernard had a 50-yarder. And those are fumbles but recovered in zone fumble, so no turnover there. Okay. That seems to be about it for the statistics. I think we'll just go ahead and wrap this game up. Finish out the episode and stay tuned for the next 2 in the quarterfinals. Okay, let's again final. It was Indiana 56, Alabama 31. I guess I should have just saved it. Okay, let's take a look at the brackets. And now have Indiana moving on to the final quarterfinal. Let's see, semifinals against the winner of Oregon and Texas Tech. Could be a Big Ten matchup there with Oregon to get past Texas Tech. Okay, that'll be episode 2B. Again, Texas A&M, Ohio State. That's 2C. And Mississippi and Georgia, which is an SEC matchup, will be episode 2D. So I think that's going to be it here from TCFL Central. Again, the final, Indiana rolls over, tied 56-31. That's kind of interesting. I just noticed Alabama scored 31 in both games. Again, this is Gary signing off from TCFL Central. I hope you enjoyed the game and also enjoy your evening.